Welcome back, guys. Well, today I'm at the cabin and we've experienced some extreme weather again. Last I left you was in a really bad spring blizzard, and now we've had the rain of a century. Stay tuned. So you guys remember a few years ago when I was planting those trees in the field, we had, 100 millimeters of rain in a very short period of time and the field was soaked. I had a really hard time planting the trees. That was back, I believe, in 2017. Well, this year, over the last few days, we've received a similar amount of rain and the rivers are raging. The ground is saturated again, and holed up here at the cabin. So the rain has stopped for now, thank goodness, and it's supposed to warm up a little bit today. But man, the woodlands are soaked. So we're gonna take you around the cabin today to sort of show you a few things and talk about some plans for the spring and see some surprises that I forgot about from last year. So you can see the snow is gone and oh my goodness, there's a little bit of green on the ground. You can start to see the grass again. So that's pretty exciting. There's some areas of the woods that have a bit of snow and I'll show you about that in a little bit. So I'm going to be making some breakfast and I want to let you know I had to fix this stove. Last time I was here, I turned it on and flames were shooting out of every single orifice. It was really dangerous, so I had to turn it off and just use my other stove. But what happened was, in here, there is a little O-ring that prevents leakage of propane to places it shouldn't go. And that O-ring was gone from all the years of use. So basically, this time I had to bring back another O-ring and it was replaced. So now it's all safe. So I'm gonna get ready to make some breakfast and I'll take you around the camp and show you what's going on. Yeah, much safer. Not shooting out everywhere. We gotta be really careful about these heaters as they can be pretty dangerous. So good to maintain them every now and then. I replaced the O-ring in there. I know it was like 3 or 4 years ago and it's just kind of gotten worn down. Probably should next year just check it before operation. It's kind of all chewed up. What am I making? Well, the usual. I'm a creature of habit. Although I've got some fresh strawberries to have with them this time. It's going to be really good. And then we'll get on out there and I'm going to show you what spring's like at the cabin. Well, the cabin's high and dry because it's up on this little embankment here, this little ridge. And the land is graded nicely kind of to allow water to flow downhill in all directions. So that's kind of a site selection tip if you guys are making a cabin, is to put it up high and make sure your land is graded properly so that the water flows away from the cabin. I just startled a woodcock sitting here in the wet part of the field. Makes sense. They like to go in the soil with their little bills just like that to get worms and other insects and stuff like that. I'm actually hot on the trail of the grouse right now. I want to see if I can get him flapping his wings. I got a really good shot last year and I'm hoping to get another one now. The ground has no more capacity to absorb water. There's very little earth here in this area in the field. So, and the ground is still a bit frozen, so I'm going to have to wait before I plant this year's order of trees. They'll be coming in the next month. Hopefully by then things will have dried up. I want to show you, this is the pile of pines that I took down and some just trimming last spring. So it's really flattened down. It was about 3 or 4 times as high, but it's already decomposing. So going back to the earth. I'll probably have to do a bit more trimming this year on the pines as well. As you can see, they're doing extremely well. I'll have to go through and see if any have grown so much last year that they're touching or, having difficulty for next year or this growing season. You can see there's a couple over here that have some needle drop happening, so I'm gonna have to take a look at that. And this area right here needs a lot of thinning. Everything's sort of touching each other. They can't grow properly like that, so in a few weeks I'll go in here and I will clean that up. Now some of you are probably wondering what's going on with the trail cams lately, and have the moose been through yet? That's my big question, obviously. And the answer is no. Unfortunately, they haven't been through yet, but that's not a catastrophe. The latest I had them was about May 2nd, which was last year, which we had similar kind of delayed spring last year. So I'm optimistic we will see them soon. I've seen no moose sign just as of yet, but they will be here. They usually always come up this trail right in front of the cabin. And I'm ready as always. I checked them and I just have a few videos of fox kind of going through, so we'll take a look at those. One, the fox actually had captured a rabbit or something and was eating, so let's take a look. I'm not even getting deer through here yet, although last night I went for a little walk and I ended up startling a deer in the woods. I heard a huge crashing noise and saw a deer rushing around, so that's pretty cool. Normally they come up here to feed when the grass has grown up a little bit more, but right now it's all trampled down, so they're not really eating too much out this way. So we'll just wait patiently. The camera, one of the Brownings that I have set up to take photos, its batteries again went, so that's ridiculous. I just put some new ones out a few weeks ago, so I didn't put the lithium ones out though. So anyway, just recharged it. Good thing I checked. So we'll be right ready for the next couple of weeks to see if the moose come through. Just heading out a little woodland walk, and my goodness, it's awesome to see the snow all melted out. However, that means it's given way to a ton of moisture in the woods, a lot of runoff, and which is cool to see actually. There's a lot of waterfalls that kind of come up here in the springtime and dry up by summer. But I've never ever seen so much moisture here as this year. The area is bracing for flooding if it hasn't already flooded. Just headed out now to go grab the canoe, and we're gonna be headed on a whitewater race soon, so we need to grab that from the bay. There is definitely some runoff going on here. This area I've never seen with like a really fast rushing little stream. I've definitely seen one little area where the water kind of wells up, and that kind of lasts all through the summer. But this is pretty awesome. Lots of moisture this year means a good mushroom foraging season and hopefully a good growing season. Since the Fire and Ice video, there's now a channel going down the middle of the bay here. So it's only sort of safe to walk along the shoreline. Over there is the beaver lodge. Done some work on that. You can see now that's all melted out. So red-winged blackbirds are back finally. I heard some loons last night, so that was really encouraging. That's the sound of summer for me, so they're back. And heard some seagulls, and the grouse is drumming. All right, so we've got the canoe out on the ice, and we're just gonna kind of take it on the shore to get it back to the cabin. It's too bad we're not iced out yet. That would have made our job really easy. Well, it's back now. And you can see in the woods, you know, it's gotten really full of algae, so I have to give it a good scrub down before we go paddling. But gosh, gotta love these aluminum canoes. They last forever. They might get a little bit dirty, but they're good to go once you give them a good clean. Well, I just want to show you something. I'm just heading out checking on some of the old garden patches from last year. Sometimes I plant myself little surprises and startle myself every year. So let's take a look over here where I had the potatoes, where I had the green beans and things like that. Take a look. I was thinking, oh no, there's all kinds of grasses come in. And then I realized I planted some winter wheat last year just to kind of cover the area. Some of it's coming back, some of it's obviously rotted out. The whiter stuff you can see is sort of matted together. But I forgot I did that. How cool. I guess I should have watched my video. Also, if you look down here, there's an old potato. Look at that, I found a potato. Well, let's put that back. Let it come again this year. I bought a bag of potatoes to plant, and historically, this time of year, I've been able to put some potatoes in the ground. But no, I'm not going to do it this year. It's too wet after all that rain. There is no way I'm going to put them in and they're going to do well. They'll just rot. So I'm going to wait another month and just sort of plan my gardens for the cabin this year. I was thinking maybe some raised gardens. Obviously using this one a bit. Might sort of turn over the winter wheat, I don't know. But that was quite the surprise. I was poking around the field doing a little bit of spring garbage cleanup, and look what I found. Signs of the wild yam. Yes, that was my foraging bag. I guess I lost that sometime in the fall. And it was just in the grass there, so I'll pick that up and I'll wash it and it'll be ready for use. There's already some mushrooms coming up, mainly polypore mushrooms. Nothing that I really want to eat or anything like that. But getting really excited. I mean, the kind of rain we've had has been really beneficial. I mean, unfortunately not for a lot of people that are having their homes flood right now. But the woodlands will be full and very rich in the next few weeks of plants and fungi. Might work on the shower house today. I want to show you something really cool that is in the shower house here. So look by the window. That is an overwintering butterfly. Definitely want to get this little guy outside, or gal, whatever it may be. Because I know it's very cold and frozen right now, but this little insect's gonna have to get out and start drinking nectar eventually when the flowers open up. So I'm not gonna get anything in here. It's fairly well sealed right now, so there's no way for it to get out. So I'm just gonna pop it outside, maybe stick it under a leaf or a really sheltered area by the cabin so that when it's ready to wake up and it warms up, it'll be off and free. All right, here we go. We're gonna go on a little ride, a little magic ride. Because remember, I saved that bumblebee last year. Well, here's a butterfly that's gonna get saved. So yeah, it's like totally frozen. Probably not frozen. I mean, it's just sort of. It's totally so sluggish because oh my gosh, look at it, it's opening its wings. Wow. Okay, you can see the orange inside now. I figured a nice warm spot to put it. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll just leave it here, but put it on the inside. Now we'll put it right here because it's shielded above here, so it'll get rained on. And then when it warms up and the sun hits this area, it's going to have the energy to fly. Oh, look at that! Look at. Wow! Oh, look at the beautiful color. Amazing. Oh, that's so great. Let's put it on the windowsill. Reporting in. I'm going to put it up there above the window ledge. I just saw the phoebe swooping around here, and the phoebe's really hungry, and I don't want the phoebe to eat my butterfly. I know, whatever, it's the cycle of nature, but circle of life, but oh man, I would feel really bad. I think why the butterfly is sort of flapping the wings now is because it's warming up on my hand. You can see the tip of the wing up in there, so I think it's a little safer place than sticking it right here. Phoebe was just going to grab it and fly away. I'm not ready for that drama this morning, so maybe if the sun comes up today, the butterfly will warm up and fly around a little bit. There's a few little catkins, I suppose, it could get some nectar from, but next couple weeks, boy, that little guy is going to be out feeding like crazy. Well, I'm just tidying up the shower house right now. I want to try to get some of the insulation in today, mainly just to get out of my way. And we've got the pink 2x4 fiberglass insulation, so nothing too crazy, different than the Roxol we have in the main cabin. So just got to tidy things out, give myself some working space, and get at it. So I know a lot of you saw the copper piping that we have for the plumbing for the shower house. And I know a few of you recommended using PEX, and I've used PEX before, and that's fine. But we've already got the copper, and I'm fine working with copper. I did fortunately a bunch this winter when we had a frozen pipe at our house, and we had to redo some of the plumbing. So, well, blessing and a curse, right? You don't really want to have to do that midwinter, but now I know exactly how to work with copper piping, and the pipes will be drained throughout the winter. So, you know, especially when we're not here, so there will be no burst pipes. If we were to be here full time, we'd have to have obviously a full wood stove in there, keeping the pipes warm so they wouldn't burst. So anyway, we'll be using copper, and I think the plan is for now is to get some gutters on there and drain the water from the rain into a nice barrel, and then that will get plumbed into the little shack there for shower and just washing your hands. So that's going to be the plumbing plan. That won't be today's activity, but just want to give you guys the update. Alright, well, I'm going to don some protective gear because I really don't want to get fiberglass all over myself. So I have one of these little white outfits that was left over from when we built the cabin, so I don't get that itchy fiberglass stuff all up my arms or my hands. So I'm just going to put some gloves on in this outfit and we'll get right at it. I feel like Breaking Bad or something. Oh well. Way better than getting all that yuck all over you. Ooh. You'll be itching for weeks until that stuff works its way out of your body. There we go. Look, I can even wear a hood. I think I'll do that, but anyway, got the glasses and gloves, and I have a mask. Oops. Got gloves and I've got a mask in there too. So we'll get putting this up, and then I don't know, I think I have some poly to put up. I don't know where it is. It might be up actually in the attic in the cabin. Although I don't think I have my staple gun, so that's not good. So I might not get to that part today. Probably just put up the fiberglass and leave it. Alright, so I'm sort of gently putting them in there. You don't want to squish it in too hard. You do have to expand a little bit more. You can see, just sort of like put them in, and I'll have to cut some others to fit properly. Let's put the window here. This one and that are not the size that obviously you get from the store, so they're going to be custom cut. So we'll just have to do a little bit of that, and especially on the top here as well, to just cut a few custom sizes. So fortunately, this shouldn't take very long. All right, so just a little pause in the installation here. I just wanted to show you, we're kind of planning now for the wiring. So the plan is to have the battery pack down here, run some wires up to a light above the shower, and the shower is going to kind of go in this little corner. You can see the little wall we're going to build there, so it's just going to fit in that corner. So there'll be a light there for the shower. The toilet's going to be in that corner, so we'll run a bit of wiring to a switch that'll run the fan to vent out the toilet. Right here, we're going to have a switch to turn on the main light up here. So just going to run that wire right now. We've got some Romex, and then I'll finish up some of the job there. Plumbing will be for another day, but in this corner, the shower is going to come in from the outside. We'll have probably a shower pan right there, and of course the wall will be built up, and we'll have some, you know, waterproofing obviously on that. And then of course we got to put the vents in and all that good stuff. So lots of work to be done, but it's kind of exciting to get this going. Right, so the wires are getting placed here. You can see there'll be a junction box up in there. And yeah, so we just got things sort of labeled as to what's going to go where. We don't have the setup quite yet, but just pieces we're getting ready to get hooked up. There we go, perfect. It's coming along. Let's take a look. So this is what I've got. This is what we've got done so far. Awesome, look at that. So obviously we're going to be cutting into the poly to kind of do a little bit more work, but we've got all the wiring ready to roll. And the insulation is in. This is so exciting. So this is where we'll leave the project for today. I'm just going to take a bit of a break, but it feels really good to have bitten off a big chunk of this project, getting it all insulated. And yeah, lots more to do. So we'll keep working on this. I'll keep showing you my progress. Thanks so much for joining me on today's adventure here at the cabin after that terrible spring rain. But you know, April showers bring May flowers and all good things from there. I hope you guys have a wonderful week as always. Take care.